See, hi everyone. Now we are going to discuss the carrier current protection. Already you know that how is the carrier protection, that is what need of the carrier current protection. So in the carrier current protection, the first type is technical type is method is phase comparison. Second is directional comparison technique. Okay, first is phase comparison technique. So here in the phase comparison technique, we are going to use the schematic diagram. This one. Okay. See, in this schematic diagram, it shows that phase angle, how to measure the phase angle difference between the entering current and leaving current here. Okay, so entering current angle and leaving current angle, phase angle, you have to measure it. That difference, by using that difference, the current protection we are going to do here. Okay. The line trap is used here. One line trap is there and one more line trap is using here. That is parallel resonant. That is parallelly connected here. You know that parallel resonant circuit tuned to carry the carrier frequency connected in series with the line conductor at each end of the line conductor. That which one you have to go to protect the line section. Okay, and it keeps the carrier signal to the protected line section and does not allow the carrier signal to flow into the neighboring section. Okay, it does not provide to flow the signal to the neighboring section, and it offers very high impedance. Okay, here capacitor and here inductance is there, both are connected parallel, right? So it gives the high impedance to the carrier signal but negligible impedance to the power frequency current. Okay, so that the carrier transmitter and receiver here, carrier transmitter and receiver at this end, and here carrier transmitter and receiver at the another end. Okay, we have to connect it here. The transmitter and receiver are connected to the power line through the coupling capacitor. This transmitter and receiver, whatever, both ends are connected through the coupling capacitor. So we have to maintain the high voltage and grounded through the inductance. Okay, grounded through this inductance. See, the coupling capacitor consists of porcelain clad oil filled stack of capacitors connected in series, so that it offers very high impedance to the power frequency current but low impedance to the carrier frequency current. So that inductance offers here low impedance to the power frequency current and high impedance to the carrier frequency current. Thus here transmitter and receiver whatever connected here are insulated from the power line and effectively grounded at the power frequency current. Is it clear? See, for the transmission of carrier signal, either one phase conductor with the earth return, or see phase to line to earth, or it may be between two phase conductor can also be used. Okay, we can call it is a phase to earth coupling, and we can also call phase to phase coupling, right? So the phase to earth coupling is less expensive as the number of coupling capacitors and line traps. Number of coupling capacitors and line traps are required half that compared to the phase to phase coupling. Okay, the performance of phase to phase coupling is better compared to the phase to earth coupling. Okay. See, in usually the half cycle blocks of carrier signals are injected into the transmission line. Remember, only half cycle blocks are injected into the transmission line through this coupling capacitors. Only transmission line is there. Okay, here through the coupling capacitor only half cycle blocks. Okay, okay, AC signal is positive cycle and negative cycle, both cycles are there. Only half cycle signals are injected into this transmission line through the coupling capacitor. Okay, if the fault detectors control the carrier signal so that it is started only during the false condition. Okay, that is during the false. The voltage output of the summation network section A and B is usually at A and B section it is 180 degree out of the phase during the normal section. Previously I already said that during the normal condition or during the external condition, what happened? The A and B are 180 degree out of phase. Okay, the CT connection at the two ends are reversed here. Okay, one CT is connected and one more CT is connected here. This CT is reverse connection with the previous one. The carrier signal is transmitted only during the positive half cycle. Remember, the carrier signal is transmitted through this line only during the half cycle, that is during the positive half cycle. Is it clear? Here, this shows the transmission of carrier signal during the internal and also during the external fault. Okay, see here, figure A shows the output of summation network A. Okay, this is figure A, and figure B shows the carrier signal transmitted. This indicates carrier signals only at the positive half cycle. Only positive cycle alladavalasthe carrier signals we are showing here. Figure C shows the carrier signal transmitted by the transmitter B, okay, at the B point transmission, and these are the signals. Then E is the what? When internal fault occurs, this is the signal from the B waveform, and this is what? Signal from the B to A. Okay, then we have to see when fault occurs externally. See here, at the C point E fault occurs externally. What happened here? External fault. The carrier signals are always present in such a way that during one half cycle, the signals are transmitted by the transmitter A, during the next half cycle by the transmitter B. During the positive half, if fault occurs at the C point, that is external fault. Okay, so external fault occurs at that time. What happened? During the positive half cycle, the transmitter A sends the signal, okay, and next half of cycle transmitter B sends the signal. Is it clear? So this is the A transmit positive cycle and B transmit the negative cycle. Therefore, here this waveform, A transmits operates only in positive cycle, signals in positive cycle only, and B transmit during the next half of the cycle, that is signals at the only positive side. We are going to show here. When this is normal condition, external fault. When fault occurs between A and B point, this is the protected line. If fault occurs here, that is, we can take here fault occurs at the point D. What happened this time? Already previously I said that the both CTs here, see here, both CTs at the first end and at the another end, this end is reversed connect with the previous one, reversely connected. Okay, polarities are reversed. Therefore, when internal fault occurs at the point D here, between A and B point, if internal fault occurs, we can say take here D fault. At that time, what happened? During the positive half cycle, A should operate, but it is near to the what? B. Okay, so B is what? Usually at the another cycle B should operate. During positive half cycle A operates, during the next half cycle B operates, but it is what? During the internal fault it is reversed, it is reversely connected. So during the internal fault it is reversed, means negative becomes positive cycle. It operates, previously it operates in the negative cycle, it is connected reversely, hence it operates in the positive cycle. Okay, therefore they are showing here B operates positive here. Network output at B for the fault D. Okay, at B usually style ಏನದ B ಗೆ ಏನದ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ತೋರಿಸಿವಿ, ಬಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗದ CTs are connected reversely at the B side. When internal fault occurs, reverse connect ಆಗಿರ್ತದ, positive is negative. Therefore it operates in the negative cycle. Signals transmitted from B to A when fault occurs at the D point. This is the what phase comparison carrier current protection.